Lesson 56, Angles in Circles. We're going to learn what kind of angles are formed with different elements in a circle. So for example, the first one, the central angle. In the central angle, you can see that the vertex is in the center and that the two sides of the angle are radius. Notice how the angle cuts the circumference and it forms this smaller arc. Now, what we need to know about central angles is that the measurement of the angle here is the same as the measurement here. So let's say, for example, here, if we want to write a formula, the measurement of the central angle there is the same as the measurement of the arc AB. So let's look at an example. Let's say that central angle, we know the vertex is here in the center, so it's a central angle. And it forms this arc here, so the measurement of that arc is also 80. The next kind of angle is called inscribed. And notice how the vertex of the angle is here on the circumference. An inscribed angle is formed by chords. Chords are a segment of a line that touches 2 points of the circumference. Now, what we need to know here is that this inscribed angle is half of the arc that is formed here by the chords. So if we want a formula, what we're going to say is that the measurement of this inscribed angle is half of the arc AB. So let's look again at an example. Let's say that is our angle, 60, and we want to know the measurement of this arc. So since we know this is half of this arc, then the arc is going to be 120. And we can also go backwards. If I know the arc is 120, then I divide by 2 to find the angle. The next type of angle is interior angles. And interior angles, as you can see, have the vertex here inside of the circle, inside of the circumference, but is not on the center. And is formed by two chords that are intersecting inside of the circumference. So notice that there are two angles here that are formed, and they are the same because they're vertical angles. And what we need to know is that this angle cuts here the arc AB, and then we have this other one here, C and D. So this arc and this arc. And let's say this is our angle. So what we want to know here is that the measurement of the angle, the interior angle, is going to be the average of the two arcs. So we're going to add both of the arcs and then divide by 2. So in this case, in this example, if we want to find the value of x, what we need to do is add 60 plus 100 and divide by 2. 60 plus 100 is 160, and 160 divided by 2 is 80. So the measurement of angle X is 80. Now, before we continue with the exterior angles, I want to remind you about these kind of lines in a circumference. We have the secant. The secant is a line, so it's a line that touches 2 points of the circumference. Now, chord is a segment of a line, so that it starts and finishes on 2 points of the circumference. And the tangent is a line that touches only 1 point of the circumference. Only 1 point there. And if I have different combinations of these lines or segments, we can form exterior angles. So for example, if I have 2 secants like this, I can form an exterior angle. Now notice again, the name exterior is because the vertex is on the exterior of the circumference. Now you can see that there are 2 arcs that are formed, this one here and this one here, AB and CD. And there is a formula that we're going to use to find the measurement of angle X. And the formula is the bigger arc minus the smaller arc divided by 2. The next kind of exterior angle is formed by a tangent and a secant. Notice that the vertex is on the outside, that's why it's called exterior. Then we also have here arc AB, but then here we're going to have arc AC. But again, to find the measurement of this angle, what we're going to do is subtract the bigger one, so AC, minus the smaller one, AB, divided by 2. The last combination we're going to see is when we have two tangents. Notice how here we're touching one point and another point. And we have AB. Let's put another point here just for reference. And so in this case, again, this exterior angle that is formed here, we're going to find by doing a subtraction again of the biggest arc, which in this case is ACB, minus the smallest one, which is AB, divided by 2. Notice that all of the exterior angles in their formula, we're going to subtract the bigger one minus the smaller one and then divide by 2. Let's look at this example of an exterior angle. So we want to find the measurement of angle X. And again, we want to use the two arcs that are formed by the intersection of these lines of these secants with the circumference. So the two arcs that I want to use is 120 and 70. And we're going to subtract both of them and divide by 2. So 120 minus 70 is 50, and 50 divided by 2 is 25. And that would be the answer. Make sure you copy all the formulas in your notebook and go do some practice. I'll see you in the next video.